all things said are for entertainment purposes and are allegedly Wednesdays. Yeah, excuse me. It's been a long week. There we go. Allegedly Wednesdays. Welcome to Allegedly Wednesdays. Now I got my day right. Whew, goodness gracious. Y'all, Mercury retrograde and her bald head antics will be leaving this week. Goodness, goodness, goodness. How's everybody doing? Oh, what y'all talking about down here? Hey, 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 everybody. Y'all, I'm busy and thanks to all of you. So as far as how I'm feeling, I'm a little tired, but I'm good. Goodness gracious, y'all. So allegedly word on the curb. The gumbo has taken a hiatus, allegedly, according to the street, according to Houstonians, honey. The Houstonians have been down to the emergency room, allegedly, and they have been purging their souls away, leaving the rodeo sick on the stomach. They claim that the gumbo is the culprit. Mm hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. So they claim the health department came and wrangled the gumbo, and the gumbo had to be brought down to the police station for questioning. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. All my fellow Creoles down in the comments say, what the hell is you making gumbo for when it's hot in Texas anyhow? Now I will say this. What stood out to me is what allegedly was found in the health department report. So hold on, y'all. And my apologies for being a few minutes late. The health department, hold on, where is it at? Where is it at? Because this was shared on Twitter, X, whatever y'all want to call it. What the hell is this? Okay. Lizzo, child, you lap dancing to your old self. I guess Lizzo says she gonna be a sexy dancer and freak her old self off. Um, okay, child. I mean, you lost weight if that's how you want to celebrate. It's kind of weird. Um, Shout out to new media, cause child, what we doing here? Put the titties in it. You couldn't even make it rain on yourself. I'm upset with you. If you're going to do an ode to yourself and do a nasty stripper roll all down and up in front of yourself, the least you could have done for yourself is tip yourself in the AI. But I mean, hey, okay, so hold on. This is what I wanted to read. Alrighty. So someone asked Grok if it's true that she got shut down to the rodeo. And Grok said, not exactly. The video shows the Houston Health Department update on a complaint. Keyword update, meaning that this was a continuous complaint. Update. They closed temporarily the rodeo booth for permit inaccuracies, improper food storage, and unapproved containers, and unverified cooling of pre-cooked gumbo batches. They discarded all of it. I'm gonna tell you right now, All of this could have got the gumbo thrown out, but what did it for sure, is they said unverified cooling of pre-cooked gumbo batches. Now, when you're cooking something off-site, it has to be cooked in a controlled environment in a kitchen that has been approved by the health department, an industrial type kitchen, right? So for them to say it was pre-cooked and they don't know the cooling time, that tells me that it was sitting out all day and they cannot verify if it was safe for consumption. That's what that feels like to me. They could not verify if it was safe for consumption. It possibly could have been at room temperature or a dangerous temperature below what it needed to be to stay food safe. So, yes, all of this could have gotten it thrown out. Now, they say this is a temporary thing. Child, I just say pack it up and go home, but that's just me. So we're gonna read the energy of the gumbo. We're gonna let the gumbo or the elusive character better known as gumbo tell its story. And we're going to let the gumbo in the pots, okay? We're going to let them tell us what happened when the health department came on in and took those pots. Now, I blame this on y'all because somebody last week told me to read the gumbo. And now I have to read the gumbo because the gumbo is under attack and it is literally catching the case right now. The gumbo needs to get a lawyer. The gumbo has to be prepared to be on probation. The gumbo might need a leg monitor because its performance has been bad before the authorities. So I want the gumbo or the food dish formerly known as gumbo to be able to speak its piece because these are very, very, very serious allegations. Now, we've heard from word on the curb that this might not be considered gumbo at all. So we cannot say that this was gumbo. We have to say alleged gumbo, okay? Because we don't want gumbo to contact us with its legal department and everybody from Louisiana with a petition because the Louisiana Gumbo Convention has already spoken, and it has been a resounding no from the delegates that I have heard from thus far. A lot of the delegates have stated that the gumbo tastes like beef stew or, remnants of beef flavored caucasity. I know I heard that somewhere. I know I heard that somewhere. Okay. So the gumbo deserves to be able to stand here in front of us, or the dish formerly known as gumbo. It deserves to stand here in front of us and to speak on its behalf and testify as a witness to what it saw and what actually happened on this day. So, the translator that was chosen for the alleged gumbo is the stained glass tarot. Okay, stained glass tarot. So I know that this alleged beef bouillabaisse or alleged gumbo is possibly religious because it's leaning on its Catholic roots or alleged Catholic roots from the stained glass windows. and it's calling on all of the saints to stand before them and to pray them into purgatory if it can't make it to heaven. So, mhm, alleged gumbo, I need you to come to the table. I need you to tell us what happened on the alleged day of your demise at the rodeo. What got you tossed into the trash and placed into fair history oblivion? Will you be returning, and will they have to cook you there on site? What's going to happen, alleged gumbo, also known as beef stew with three shrimp? In your own words, gumbo, please tell us what happened. Alleged gumbo. Okay. Oh Lord, it's already starting out wrong. So somebody didn't follow their intuition. Okay. And this means that this is what's wrong with you. You're surly. You also have a bad personality and attitude because Queen of Cups in reverse is a very flippant, very, very nasty position to take when people are in the infirmary holding their stomach. And I heard that you were giving people crackers. Why were you giving people crackers with alleged gumbo? No French bread, some crackers. Yes, baby. It's a lot of people that came down there to have a good time and now they gossiping about you. And yes, they went to the laws. Okay. So these people ran their mouth until the law had to come on down and see what was going on. Okay, so because you went viral, here come the law. That's what you saying? But you still came out here with an ugly personality though. Okay, so you saying that you've been misconstrued, okay? You've been poorly represented, Seven of Cups. You're versatile. That's the way that you were advertised, but it's like now you're trying to consider your options on how to move forward. The Chariot, Queen of Swords. So you're heartbroken because they snitched on you, and Queen of Swords means that they were telling the truth, allegedly. So you couldn't believe that these people went and snitched on you. And it completely broke your heart that they would go and say anything. I mean, they had to say something if they needed antibiotics. You can't just be going around making people sick and getting upset. Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles is letting me know that it's like it's 50-50. So you trying to say that it wasn't all your fault. It was on you were only halfway responsible for what happened in this conflict in communication. So this is a hate train according to the dish formerly known as gumbo. This is a hate train. It is conflict in communication. People are not telling the whole story, and the dish formerly known as gumbo feels like it's being vilified. Okay. Okay. But did they get sick though? Did they really get sick? Not just the man who showed to throw up on the side of the car. Did they really get sick? Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to laugh in your face. My apologies. My apologies. So, it looks like there's a family that wants to keep this a secret. Mhm. They don't really want anybody to talk about this. and they want to keep this between them and the authorities. So the gumbo is saying that it really can't say too much because it's under a order, after several people's gag reflexes kind of misfired. That's what this is. So are you saying that people need to go to the doctor and get a tune up, like, when you have parts on your car that need to be recalled? Is it a throat recall? Is that what you're saying? Because it just looks like the family wants to keep this quiet, and they're going to make it seem like it was not the dish formerly known as gumbo's fault. It maybe 60-40, 80-20, but you're not gonna blame all this shit on me. That's what the dish formerly known as gumbo said. Oh, okay. Oh, face down too. King, oh Lord, the King of Swords. So this is why you don't want nobody to say nothing, because even more authorities can come out and investigate. And this has gone all the way up the food chain because it went viral. And now you feel isolated. You're having your dark night of the soul. Um, so now it looks like gumbo, alleged gumbo light, caught a case. Yes. Yes. Gumbo said, free me, let me out. Y'all being too aggressive. Y'all doing too much. So Gumbo's not really trying to take much responsibility for this. Are you gonna have to pay anybody's medical bills, Gumbo? Excuse me, alleged Gumbo. Oh my God, King of Pentacles. It is a possibility, a strong possibility that somebody gonna have to reach down in that titty bank and pay somebody's tummy bill, because you got several cases and it doesn't look like you're going to be able to escape this um, beef stew gumbo light. So, yeah, somebody is considering suing for their medical fees. Are they going to get anything, or is this just like, for shits and giggles? Seven of Pentacles and the Hangman. So they don't know what to do at this point, how to move forward, but it's like people are fully invested. Don't tell me this could end up being a class action lawsuit. It's like people went from loving it because of your community standing, Queen of Wands. So you were very, very popular. Everybody was coming in to see you, girl. Okay. So you saying everybody love you. You was that girl, and now you being ostracized because of how you manifest. So y'all, the gumbo don't want to take any possible accountability for allegedly trying to slaughter people, but will you have to take accountability? Five of Cups, deep regret, sympathy, and remorse, and feeling betrayed. So, girl, now you done hurt all these people and you feel betrayed. Now that's just narcissistic of you. You could give a polite little mini apology. Baby, the gumbo said ain't nothing going on but the rent. So as soon as they get a chance, they're going to sell it to the next group of people. And don't come with no weak ass stomach, because we don't want to hear what you're saying. Run me that money, run me that money. So I think the gumbo is like a city girl or something, because it does not really care about how people feel. And city girl means that you're a transplant, so you're not possibly authentic gumbo. because I don't hear any uptown bounce to you at all. And I don't think this gumbo has ever been to any of the wards and has ever been known in any of the parishes whatsoever. But it did perish thanks to the health department. So we're going to end it with the gumbo, y'all. Child, the gumbo got the nerve to have an attitude. How you got an attitude and folks falling out? And why are you 23 and $25? And why is it only $2 more for three shrimp? And it's supposed to be full seafood gumbo. And are those shrimp properly refrigerated? And why that girl only has shrimp tails in her damn so-called gumbo? Like y'all was making a seafood bouillabaisse. You was making a just boiling your shells and whatnot so you can make some seafood stock. Why y'all got stock pieces in the gumbo? Why you got stock pieces in there? And why is the chicken shred to hell? Like y'all went and got some rotisserie chickens and shred them down like that. Oh, oh, you said the lipstick. Thank you. This is one of my old schools. This is a Fenty. So all the Fenty girls, I'm still rocking my Fenty. Now, I think they said it was the fragrance that was causing problems. So, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Says seafood gumbo, you really have to be careful. Baby, you gotta be careful with any gumbo. That the rule, that oil that you use to make the base can roll around your stomach and literally spoil your stomach in record time if it's not at the right temperature. You don't want that grease and that seasoning to disagree in your stomach. Because when it happens, it will happen fast. And I mean extremely fast. You will look just like that man down to the damn rodeo that was sweating, looked like he was in the shower. So I hope that man hurry up and went and got him some antibiotics and got him some electrolytes because I know he had to be dehydrated the way he was sweating in that damn car. I mean, those was big drops of sweat falling off his head. Said that man was sweating what? Said that man was sweating, looked like he had too big. I know he like I mean he got immediately sick, but all jokes aside, anything that has a roux in it is usually made in the colder months because that oil does not sit well and in Lord have mercy. And then you add seafood to that. But still, why did the girl have shrimp tails in her alleged gumbo? Like the girl just kept searching and kept turning, and it was no shrimp. It was literally shrimp tails. So either I'm right and y'all were boiling your shells so that you can make a seafood base, or something disgusting happened and somebody possibly was eating shrimp and the tails ended up somewhere they shouldn't have been. I'm gonna I'm gonna stick with mine because usually people who really cook, they'll they'll take their seafood shells and they'll boil them down to make seafood stock. But that usually happens as soon as you separate the seafood from the shell. You'll put it in the hot water with whatever your seasonings are, and you'll boil it to get the essence off of the shells. And now you've got seafood stock, and you don't have to go to the store to buy the bouillon because you made some at home. Welcome to membership premium content. So, Angel, you should do a cooking class. Oh, said you pay me for my recipes. You know what? One of these days I might just do so. I can teach y'all how to make an actual roux. And you can see what I mean about the separation between the oil and the flour. Like the summertime, and think about it. You're at the rodeo where people are drinking. They're in that direct sunlight in that heat until the sun goes down, and then there's no other telling what other greasy foods that they could be eating that already don't agree with what's in their stomach. So it's just a catastrophe all the way around. It's just like you gotta have a strong stomach to be in the sun eating gumbo, drinking liquor, and then you eating fried Oreos and possibly fried pickles and the Luther hamburger made with, like, two Krispy Kremes. It's like all that stuff ain't gonna go with no damn gumbo, no way. Especially no alleged beef bouillon gumbo. And yeah, funnel cakes too. Y'all, the color of that broth doesn't even look like it was a chocolate roux. It really looks like it was Knox gelatin beef bouillon. So I ain't gonna say that none of those people were lying when they said it tastes like beef stew, because it really. Let me see something. Let me show y'all something. Hold on, because I want y'all to see what Knox gelatin beef bouillon look like. Okay, I'm trying to see if you can see a picture of what it looks like in the jar, because it's really dark. First of all, I just found some beef bouillon, a 4.4 pound bucket on sale for 1950. Y'all, please excuse me. I gotta save that to my cart. Hold on, let me see if I can find a picture of what the bouillon looks like in the container, because it's very dark. Okay. I can't find the beef bouillon in the container, but this is what beef stock looks like. And if you made a chocolate roux, the roux would have been a little heavier. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's like hers was watery on top and then thick like gravy on the bottom, almost like somebody added the broth on top to stretch the gumbo, if that makes sense. Because if it was the actual roux from the gumbo, as it, is hot, you'd have seen like a oil residue across the top from the actual roux. So it looks like they were stretching it. Like they literally stretched the gumbo by adding a beef bouillabaisse. So my people who know how to cook know what I'm talking about. So instead of actually building a chocolate roux, They stretched the gumbo. They made a roux to start it off, and then they stretched it. Now it's not peculiar to put, bouillon in a gumbo, but the bouillon is not supposed to supersede the gumbo. The roux is already supposed to be made when you pour the bouillon into the roux. So I think that somebody skipped the browning process to make a chocolate roux because of, maybe they didn't have the time to do so, or maybe they didn't know how to do it, or maybe they didn't think that people would be sophisticated enough on their palate to pick up on it. But a lot of Texas residents are from Louisiana, so that don't make sense to me either. I could see if you took that to middle America, you know maybe like South Dakota, Iowa, places like that, people would just be like, "Oh, it's pretty good." They wouldn't know what the difference was because they're not used to that style of cooking, that style of food in those areas. But to take gumbo or alleged gumbo to Texas, which is right next door to where it originated, you got to know that somebody who's used to original gumbo is going to be within the vicinity somewhere, and they're going to be able to call it out. Like, baby, that's some old stone soup you made, some some cauldron delight, allegedly. But y'all, oh my gosh, it's so much going on today. I don't even know what all to cover. Good thing is I do have allegedly Fridays since I have my days switched up. I do have allegedly Fridays to cover some of this stuff that's coming out because this retrograde has been very, very busy. Child, it's a whole different type of situation. Alex B, okay? Shout out to Alex B. Alex B came out and he took up for Nikki yet again. He stood up for Nikki. He said, hey, she's got some weird haters. He gives him this many more times, you know, chance and ability to love her because, you got to be that deal to have haters on this level. So Alex B is definitely, locked in with saying, hey, I got Nikki back and you say what you want. You got to go through me. Nick Shirley, baby Nick Shirley is over there, and he is in California now, and he is finding all the fraud that he can find in California. Um, Newsom, I know he can't be happy about that. That man, Lord have mercy, he's going to continue to have all types of difficult moments this year. Who else? Jay-Z just released that he will be doing two large shows. Um, hmm. We could tap in and see if he's doing these shows due to possible poverty. Do they need the money? Is he still feeling himself? Is he still coming through with the, I'm top five, you know, I'm that dude for all time? Or are the walls closing in and is he realizing his wife can't do all the work? We're about to tap in and see. Now I find it interesting that he's attaching himself to people in hip hop that he has never been attached to in the whole entire history of his career when it comes to him performing and him creating music right now. I can't remember one time in the whole entire history of his career where he's ever been at the intersection of the roots. Okay. I won't say that he doesn't know about backpack hip hop, the golden era of hip hop, because he learned that from Jazz O. But we have never seen any reference to him in the roots. He has never created any music that has put him in the epicenter of being, compared to the roots, or us seeing him work with the roots. And now he's coming out to perform for something associated to them. And it's very, very intriguing to me that a man whose career spans over decades, he was able to attach himself to more people when he and R. Kelly did the Best of Both Worlds tour, and R. Kelly abruptly left, than what he's able to do right now. So that says a lot to me. Excuse me, y'all. Had to block my lips, pardon me. So I want to look into this. Like, what is this with this new energy with him, out here with these 2 nights only? He say he ain't doing a one night only. He gonna do a 2 night only. And he's gonna do this Roots Festival, and he's dropping this album where he could allegedly be talking about Nikki. Now we don't know if he's talking about Nikki yet. We're gonna have to find out. But let's see. Let's see what the cards got to say. Let's see what the spirit realm got to say. Cause child, this is interesting. Mm. So show me how the show will go for Jay-Z with these pop-ups. Was it the Yankee Stadium? Is that what it is? I think it's 2 shows at Yankee Stadium. So it's going to be in his best interest to leave her out of it. Okay, so it is Yankee Stadium. Thank you for that. Show me how these shows are going to go at Yankee Stadium. Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Don't be surprised if he brings his wife out. Okay. So he could have his wife working these shows. Ace of Swords represents what could possibly be true. So he may lean heavily on his wife coming out to do like the Bonnie and Clyde on the run type energy. So what, you don't think you could sell this by yourself, my baby? What's good? What's good? 10 of Cups, Lord, he might have a whole family do a walkthrough. If it's not the whole family, it could be his wife and his daughter. So it looks like the same type of energy his wife was doing for her Cowboy Carter tour, just on a smaller scale. So it looks like we may have the family as a variety show, allegedly. Um, Possibly at least on one of the shows or closing the show. um 9 of Pentacles. So he's trying to figure out how to move forward. Does he just perform by himself, or does he bring his family out to help wow the crowd? So leap of faith. It's like he took a chance and he followed his intuition to do this. I don't feel like this was anything that was already locked in. This was something that may have been sporadic. Knight of Cups, yeah. So this talks about an offer, the Hermit mode. Yeah, so Hermit talks about Virgo, 10 of Swords. Yeah, he could be offering to his wife right now to come out and show her face for this show. Um, Six of Wands. They want to make sure that this can successfully move forward. Six of Pentacles. They definitely need the money, but Six of Pentacles is talking about unearned income or income that is under the table. Ace of Pentacles, it's a lot of money on the line here. Conflict in communication. What is the conflict in communication? Are these the fans or is this the business deal? High Priestess. So this almost didn't happen. This almost didn't happen. Everything I'm saying is for entertainment purposes and allegedly. So he's going to try to use this as his moment to repurpose and polish himself before the people. So do not be surprised if this is the beginning of his spin attempt to spin the people, to turn the narrative and to look like he is the um the epicenter of what you want to be when you grow up, like the Keith, what do you call it, like the Heathcliff Huxtable of hip hop, so to speak. Um, he's definitely going to try to use this to turn his whole brand around, to remarket himself, to put himself out here, and to remind people of who he was and who he's always been. This feels like there's something coming after this because this happened fairly quick. I I'm gonna have to say allegedly for entertainment purposes. This happened fairly quick. So this doesn't feel like this was a very thought out, drawn out event that was planned way in advance. This feels like something that more so went into fruition recently as far as him joining it, but he's joining it so that he can polish his brand, his name. He's going to try to give the performance of a lifetime so that people can look at his performance and his heart, his art, and not him as the person, if that makes sense. So he wants to get people drunk off of the music, off of the image, so that he can, have an alliance with people, because it feels like something's coming down the pike soon. And this is like the spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down. He knows something is around the corner. Um, yeah, he's going to be hanging real heavy, or leaning real heavy on his wife and family, because Eight of Swords, he's heavy in his head, and it's like, it's becoming apparent that someone could possibly go to jail allegedly. So it's a very, very, strong concern, where people have to figure out how to stack up some money, how to save, how to, you know, um, do paperwork to prevent things from being seized. um y'all, Lord have mercy. The Aquarius child, if you ain't truly independent, you're about to be. This Aquarius, the Nine of Pentacles and the Star. Your time is short. They haven't said anything yet, but you might want to talk to somebody, because this feels like you're gonna get the Tierra Marie treatment. While you getting dressed to go somewhere, you're gonna get a letter, allegedly, allegedly. Child, why does it feel like you're throwing luggage off of the ship? Why does it feel like you're unloading the ship? You're throwing luggage off the ship. What's happening here? The Fool in the universe. Things are happening very, very swiftly. It's like he's trying to keep the faith that the universe is with him, but at this point, he's not sure. He doesn't know. Um, Knight of Cups. Lord, here go the eons cards. So he wants to, brag and show his bravado. Let it be known that he's been receiving his offers. He's been this type of guy. He's been this level of a performer for years. He wants to remind people in case anybody wants to walk away from him. So this is like his Hail Mary pass, allegedly, to pull the public back in to keep people from walking away from him, to remind us who he is. Okay, Queen of Wands, Six of Wands. So we've got a fire sign female that gets to move forward valiantly, um, due to her being connected to the Hierophant, which is high level law enforcement. Interesting. Prince of Pentacles under the Ace of Pentacles. Things aren't moving as swiftly or as well as they would like us to think when it comes to business. So it's like things are slowing down, and now you have to take opportunities that you may not have normally taken. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. Knight of Wands. So that's what this in and out work. Princess of Pentacles. This is the daughter. So it's like all these secrets, that you're heavy in your head, worrying about possibly allegedly going to jail for some of the things that are coming out. But he's fighting it. He's going to defend himself, and he's literally going to fight it tooth and nail. But eventually, baby, them folks coming for you. So he's trying to get everything he can, established, possibly switch over, names, documents, allegedly put things in trust. Thank you for the clovers, everybody. Yeah, so allegedly put things in trust, things of that nature, get the paperwork together, and prepare his daughter, for the next generation in case he may not be here. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. So it feels like he's preparing for what feels like the inevitable, even though he doesn't want to admit that it's the inevitable. Mm. Said all that rah rah is still going to jail. We gotta say allegedly. I can't even read that one. So did you see the X update that will allow you to make responses based on location and region? And they just wasted all that money on those Nigerian bots. Um, I saw that a while ago. Um, the bots thing is interesting because I want to see what happens the end of this month and what happens going throughout April, because what's going to really be shown is the difference in numbers. And if anybody possibly allegedly uses some type of help, some type of boost to get some numbers, I wouldn't do that the weekend that Nikki drops. And the reason why is because MAGA is so tight right now with what's going on with Nikki. Everything becomes an investigation attached to her. So let's just say you trend with her the same week, and we get to looking at the numbers, and her numbers are here, your numbers are here, and they get to pulling these numbers. What happens when they find out that some of these numbers are not organic? Because after that first week, they're going to know whose numbers are real, whose numbers are not real. And we're talking about the White House. The type of technology that they have is far beyond, the hackers sitting at home in their house that can figure this out and upload it from their basement. We're talking about people who have permission to monitor these things and then file it under investigation because we've already been looking into how people are getting numbers for billboards. We're already looking into how people are getting Spotify and Apple numbers. So this would not be the best time to just pop out the box and try your luck making up some numbers. You need to really have the numbers this spring and this summer. You really do, because it's going to be really really embarrassing if they find out your numbers aren't real and that gets spread everywhere and it's in lieu of an investigation. Y'all, buddy, I know I said that there will be problems with breath control, but why can't Cardi make it up a flight of steps that is a part of her erected set? Talking about some she old. But are you old when you go to those damn after parties and throw that ass in a circle? Like, girl. But I mean, hey, it's somebody paying to see it. So if they gonna pay for it, baby, by all means, that's on them. Hey, 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 hey. Said pregnant allegedly. I've heard that, the GG report. I've heard that. And if that is true, we need to be really watching her very closely, because if that has just a pinch of truth to it, I believe it does, but that's in my opinion. But if it has a pinch of truth to it, wasn't she spotted drinking when she was hanging out with Megan at her show in Houston? Wasn't she allegedly guzzling tequila from the bottle, allegedly? So if she is, that's kind of dicey. And it really would be a really, 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 really sad, 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 sad situation if what she said about Nikki's child becomes a reality in her life because of things that she's doing. Because she alleged that Nikki was doing pills allegedly while she was pregnant, and you even called her child Papa Perk. So that would be very terrible if that energy circled back around like that. Said, I asked if you thought all the mishaps on the stage are orchestrated for the press and attention and because it's too much going on with her. No, no. This is literally the progress that you get when you do a half of practice. Cardi did not prepare herself for this tour the way that her peers prepare for a tour. You're talking about arena tours. Cardi should have done no less than 6 months to a year preparation for this tour. She's all over the place because there was no preparation. There was no rehearsal. There was nothing that locked her in. When she performs, she still looks at the camera instead of looking at her actual fans and connecting with the fans, because she's thinking that she's on television. She's used to performing at award shows and pop-up shows here and there. She's not used to touring. So we all know what that liquor and that oop jump and get you. Nope. So her tour is almost done, right? You know what? I don't know. I don't know which show she's in. I believe she has 35 shows. So she probably has made it through at least a third of her tour. I'll say she's made it that far through. So, I mean, it's a good thing that, she's made it this far in her tour. But here's my thing. It still doesn't look like there's any real rehearsing, like, getting up early with the sound stage and running through things so things can be more smooth. It just, it's for who it's for. The people who paid for it to went to go see her, they got what they wanted. They got to see a production of their favorite before, she retires from rap. I don't think she's going to be around too much longer rapping. In my opinion, I think she's going to transition out of rap after this year. And it wouldn't be such a bad thing, because if it takes you 7, 8 years to go on tour, child, you ain't gonna make it to another tour. Said it's been quiet, her tour not making no noise from what I had seen. I find it interesting. Like, she came to Detroit, and y'all, I see something that maybe I'm tripping. Okay, y'all tell me if I'm tripping. It's a page on IG. I think it's called Detroit Got Talent, and they posted a video of Cardi bringing out Cash Doll and her twerking. And I'm looking down in the comments, and the comments appear to be botted. And I said, it ain't no way. I've never seen bots ever on this page on IG. Like, this is a local page with local people. What are bots doing on this page? And I knew it was a bot, or bots, because it was the same message, but it was repeated several times, the exact same wording. So it was people in the comments that were saying that the show wasn't lit like that. It wasn't even sold out. You could tell when you were driving by, it wasn't going to be crowded. This is what the general public is saying. And in between the general public, you start to see these orchestrated comments pop up in between the public, and it's the exact same comment, but different people. And I said, wait a minute, you got bots out here that activate to keywords, that run to different sites to counteract negativity that is said about your tour, versus letting whatever people say be said, because all advertisement is good advertisement. At least they talking. Said that's how Dolce comment section is. Wow. Said, I wish I could remember the YouTube channel that exposed it. Said, I'm not surprised. I seen a live on TikTok and they didn't seem pleased in the crowd. Yeah, y'all, let me see if I can still find it, because I thought this was strange. When I saw it, Oh, and Boosie. Y'all, Boosie got a lady that allegedly is stalking him. Now we gonna look off into that because allegedly, y'all, this lady has called child services on Boosie and his family so that they could take the child out the house. But baby, she say that Boosie is her man. She calls him by his government name. She's taking pictures with flowers, saying Boosie bought the flowers for her. I said, child, what we doing? Okay, so Detroit Got Talent. Here we go. I'm not trying to play the music. I just want to find the botted comments. Let me make sure I turn my sound all the way down. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All righty. Now I'm gonna read this comment and I want y'all to see what pops up within a couple comments. It says the concert was a mess, wasn't even packed, and we seen that from outside. LOL. It's really Nikki City. Now, mind you, this is the same arena where Nikki did her tour here in Detroit at LCA Arena. Now, y'all see this? Because I don't want nobody to think I'm making this up. Okay. So let me find the comment that kept repeating. Because everybody in here was like, well, maybe I'm old. I didn't even know about it. What's going on? Did y'all catch on to it and get rid of it? Okay, here it is. It says, y'all keep saying it wasn't packed. Hell, who knew she was coming? Because I would have went if I ain't know. And it says, this is the first that I'm hearing about it. I missed it, and I missed Tia Kemp too. So that repeated 3 times. And that repeated under different pages. Baby, I ain't know Tia Kemp had nothing to do with nothing. Now I know she brought out Cash Doll. I didn't know anything about Tia Kemp even being involved. So it looked like they found the repeat comments and they've been deleting them. Cause this here it is again. It's the same comment, different person. So I'm looking at this same comment 4 times, all different people, but it's worded the exact same way, like cut and paste. Now, y'all see, here it is again. I've been scrolling. Here it is again. I'm trying to see how many times I can find the same comment, y'all. Y'all, people in the comments are cutting up, said, I need real answers. Do BBLs actually stink after a while, or y'all just hating? Mind you, this is on a video of her twerking. So that same comment, I found it, I want to say 4 times. So how in the world can you find the same comment 4 times, all different names, supposed to be all different accounts? Nobody's going to word for word the exact same comment from page to page to page. Nobody goes to social media and says, I like that comment. I'm going to cut and paste your comment under my name. So I found that to be strange. Like, why do you have bots commenting trying to counteract your show being empty, but then the bot still turns around and lets us know that it was not completely sold out because it says, if I had have known. So even the bot is shading you. The bot is saying, if I had have known, I would have went too. How the bot gonna let us know that wasn't nobody there the way y'all said they was there? Child, that really just ran across my mind. The bot just told on your ass. When we start getting honest bots? The bot said nobody knew you was coming. Hell, if I would have knew, I would have went. And then it let us know that Tia Kemp was there. Nobody in the city said nothing about Tia Kemp. And if they said anything about Tia Kemp, it's because when Tia Kemp taps in, she goes with Cash Doll. So, yeah, child, when trying to bend the narrative breaks, because if you were trying to control the narrative, you played yourself on that one. And if somebody playing with your name, you really need to tell them to stop, because that looks crazy. So y'all, let's talk about this lady that is stalking Boosie, okay? According to Boosie, Boosie Badass has to tread lightly because a woman from New York is stalking Bootsy, and it apparently looks like this woman has been contacting CPS on his household with the new baby that he just had. Now, he finds out once he goes on social media and he asks his fans, his supporters, if anybody got this number in your phone, I give you $1,000 if you know who this is. Now, when I heard that, I said, "Now, Boosie, that sounds criminal. That sounds against the law to be paying for somebody's number and contact information, and you done held their number up to the phone and pretty much doxed their number." But I mean, they messing with his child, so okay. But in internet fashion, people figured out exactly who it was, gave him the lady's number, and I mean, when I say found that lady immediately, sent him directly to her account where she has Torrance Hatches, my man, and Boosie bought me these flowers and all this type of stuff. She done took herself shopping and said Boosie did it all, honey. Boosie ain't never met this lady. Boosie is, he's just over it, but he has to tread lightly because she can put him in a position to where he can be locked up, whether she is delusional or not. This is what I don't understand. Why are you messing with somebody's family? Where is the cutoff when it comes to calling CPS? Why are we involving children in this really, really sick and sordid delusion? You can feel however you want to feel about Boosie, but why are you playing with his child? That's where the line is so far removed. It's crazy. And y'all, we gonna get off into Clarissa Shields' birthday song that turned into a gift for Papoose child. Um, she just proved to me that we all need to apologize to T Pain. See, people thought that T Pain was all a gimmick because of all of the studio effects on his voice, the auto tune. Auto tune tried, failed, and died. It did not make it through Mercury retrograde. She really, really showed us that auto tunes cannot save everything. And girl, why the hell are you making a song for somebody else's husband on your birthday? He ain't make no song when he was down there to the damn furrier and they was taking pictures on Christmas. But let's tap into this Boosie situation, y'all. Show me the lady who is allegedly stalking Boosie. Show me the lady that called CPS on Boosie's household. Nine of coins, 10 of coins. So this would be Boosie and his family. This is her single by herself. Um, this woman is very resourceful, so Boosie needs to be very careful with this lady because she gets messages about him and his life. Um, wish fulfillment, 8 of coins. Um, she keeps very close tabs on him, whether he knows it or not. So I don't think he needs to play with this lady at all. You got regret here, 10 of coins. She really, really believes that this is supposed to be her man and her lifestyle. Um, the devil, she's truly obsessed with this man. And she's going to continue to use the law and anything else that she possibly can use if he does not put his foot down legally to stop her from harassing him. So I would advise him to get him a good lawyer and to go after her and to press charges across state lines. Because making a false report to family services is a crime, but to do it across state lines, he may be able to get her qualified under a RICO. But he needs to take this lady serious because she is demented, as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion. 8 of cups. He just wants her to walk away, but she doesn't want to walk away from what she thinks is hers, the 10 of pentacles. She really has it in her mind that her and Bootsy are supposed to be a family. She's heavily invested in Boosie. Like I said, here it is, the chariot. She don't mind driving to him or having the authorities to contact him again. In her mind, she is protecting him. Sheesh. The tower, the 5 of swords. So, y'all, she's a nutcase. She's gonna try to make this seem like this was, a misdirect in communication. This tower situation, the father, um, This is a chick who will try to pop up and pop out at his shows. And this is another reason why he needs to take this serious, because she's emboldened now. If that is that the right way to say that? Like she's brazen at this point. She wants the 401. She wants stability. She wants him to marry her. Yeah, she got it in her mind that these two are supposed to have a happy family. She really believes this. Um, she's the type that will beg for, his attention. And she feels like anybody that keeps her away from him or ends their relationship, the world is going to be sorry. So I would not take her lightly. I would not take her lightly. She's very disturbed. In my tarot psychic opinion, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I didn't expect it to go this dark. This lady is really, really off her rocker. Yeah, so um she she's gonna drag this and drag this and drag this in her head. This is like Nikki Parker going after the professor until she wears him down and gets him to choose her. Lord. Yeah, she feels like she's freeing him from a negative situation, um, parenting this woman's child, the woman he loves, Rajel. She feels like she's freeing him from a negative situation. He's supposed to be with her. Yeah, she wants to heal this situation. Like, maybe I jumped the gun line a little bit, but I feel so strongly towards you. Y'all, this is weird. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, she's obsessed with the life. She wants the big house, the family. She feels like she's supposed to be the first lady. But it's like now her fantasy is coming to a close, it's coming to an end. But even though the fantasy, as far as legally in reality is coming to an end, she's fragmented. She cannot accept this end. Will she receive any backlash? She already is. She felt like, he was supposed to take action and walk away from his family. But as you can see, the fool here is going backwards off a cliff with what looks like wine in this chalice. Like she drunken with being obsessed with him allegedly. This is a woman who doesn't really sleep much, but this is, her being so heavily invested is causing anxiety. Like she really feels like she worries over him and his best interest. The King of Pentacles, her husband. She sees him as her husband. She's willing to fight for him. She feels like she's been left out in the cold with nothing. The Wounded Warrior. Y'all, she playing the victim. It's the tiniest little violin I ever did hear. So she really feels like she's being betrayed. She's left out in the cold. So this is a suggestion to Boosie. No matter how deep he feels about this, he needs to be very careful about what he says. If he says anything at all about her, because in her mind, she feels like she's his empress. Okay. regardless of the fact that he has a woman that he's with, the mother of his last child, she sees herself in Rajel's position. Goodness gracious. Said I want to know all those videos were only found after that lady. Oh, firearm on Ree's house. Oh, so y'all having your own conversation. Says that nobody came across that beforehand. Seems very ironic. The videos were available, I want to say the same day, thanks to TMZ, if I'm not mistaken. And she was found within 30 minutes of that occurring. Because they followed her on the I want to say like the cameras and from video to video. Um yeah, she sees him as her blessing. She sees what she's doing as manifesting her blessing. She's going to get her man. Child, what? Yeah, he needs to be very careful with this situation because this lady is she's way out there. And you would hate to think that people get this wrapped up and wound up that they would do things like this, but I would definitely say don't take her as a joke, don't take her lightly because whoo wait. I know I seen it earlier. Thank you, Justice. You put it in the chat. For a 30-minute reading, it's $44. For an hour, it is 88. Ancestral readings are 111 and criminal aid investigative readings are 250. That is the only reading I have that is a 3-hour block of time. And to anyone that has sent anything to my PO box, I'm going to go check it this week. I got to find a day where I got a little less going on because I've been busy. So as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to go check the PO box, and I thank you all in advance. I'm going to show whatever is sent to me on camera to give you a thank you to let you all know what I received. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Many blessings to you. Many blessings to you. Thank you. So, yeah, damn, that kind of put me in a whole different place. I didn't expect that to be so heavy. Yeah, Boosie, don't play with that lady. She really off her rocker. Mm. So, Angel, do you do dream interpretations? I don't offer that as a service, no. So, Angel, what's your nail bed size? I usually do it large. If we're talking about press-ons, I usually do a large. I can't remember what that measurement is, but that's usually the better one for me. That's universal. So, gosh, yeah, I'm trying to clear my energy from that lady because her energy is very heavy. Doggone it. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears for a moment until I clear that energy out. So, let's see how Riri feels about TMZ giving her coordinates after this lady, fired into her house. Said while she looked hinged. Said people mentally really are up in the air if they're not grounded in God. Y'all gotta be safe out here in these streets. This is so sad and crazy at the same time. Yeah. So let's look into TMZ and let's see what happens with them and Riri and them sharing her coordinates after she left. Is anything going to come out of that? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. King of Staffs. Wow. Tarot class. Y'all see that? King of Staffs represents the King of Wands, the death card. This just keeps looking less and less random the more I look at it. Um, the energy I saw from the very beginning is that someone allegedly promised that woman something. She thought that she was going to receive something major, an incentive of some kind, allegedly. So you got the five of wands here and the magician. So this feels like controlled opposition, because the magician creates things, whether it's illusion or not. So to create like some kind of like toxic, chaotic situation where someone would have to fight back, or it appears that they're fighting back. The devil. This talks about greed, obsession, negativity, the fool. So it's like they jumped at this, was obsessed even with getting this information out about who the Queen of Cups. Extremely, extremely aggressive about it. It was a wish fulfillment to be first to get to information with what? The Six of Swords. Her leaving and getting to safety. So they were, you know, greedy even with getting this information out here to make sure that they were the first to crack the story that they saw her, escaping, fleeing. Will that be considered them taking part in exposing a victim, a crime victim, or crime victim, the Empress and the Emperor? So there's somebody that's high on the food chain that's looking into this, because it feels like it's somebody high on the food chain that gave the orders to put this story out. Page of Cups. Now, somebody over at the office is apologizing. They want to know where they got this information. Queen of Coins. Where did you get this information? This information is very, very stable. Who gave you this information about her whereabouts? Yeah, this may have sparked an investigation. Yep, Queen of Swords. So they're going to be questioned about who their source is. Where did you get this information? And this may be something that they're not going to be easily able to walk away from, because you jeopardize someone's safety, a whole entire family. And let's remember, it's said that Riri is supposed to testify before Congress for those files. So this could also be seen as witness intimidation and, a few other things allegedly. So yeah, this just got really real. Four of Swords, the Knight of Cups. So it's like they were told to no longer accept any more offers when it comes to reporting this information, or possibly, oh wow, Four of Swords to the King of Wands. They're going to have to relinquish this relationship. They're not going to be able to take any more offers on behalf of this relationship, because this wasn't expected to go this far when it comes to who's looking at it. Yeah, they're going to be fighting for their stability after this. This was a major tower moment. This was a huge crack in their foundation as a company. So this is not a good year for TMZ. TMZ has been catching it left and right because it's like they're finally being held to task for what they're reporting this year, and next year is going to be very intricate for them. The death card and the Ten of Wands. Um, they need to be worried about going under sometime in the next 2 years. Now, it's not definite at this point, but something is threatening the longevity of this company. Show me the Queen of Cups. Baby, she gonna stand her ground. She's gonna stand her ground. The wounded warrior to the 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands. She wants it exposed. Who's behind this? Who's doing this? Who caused this problem? Who brought this into fruition? So, baby, they done lit a match under Riri, honey, and she's ready for war. They should have never messed with her family. This wasn't just her. This was her family. Ace of Cups. So damn, wish fulfillment to the Ace of Cups. So, like, it's like somebody over there wants to gaslight her. Was like, "Oh no, we love you. We would love to continue working with you. Maybe it's a misunderstanding, but it's like, no, it's no misunderstanding. Y'all gonna rue the day. You're gonna regret, ever doing this, ever causing this to happen." So it looks like TMZ is about to start getting held to task. Yeah, there's no way to rectify this situation. There's no way to heal this. This information was supposed to remain secret. You put my family in danger. Why would you give that type of information to the public? 5 of Swords, conflict and communication. You're going to apologize. You're going to retract what you put out about us leaving, going abroad, possibly. So yeah, Riri's upset. She's very upset, and I feel like she has a right to be. Um, this so it just looks like they're going to try to close this whole story out on this lady, the person who fired into the house. They're going to try to close the whole story on her, leave it on her, and just let Riri just go on about her business until further notice. They're going to try to make it seem like it's an isolated incident, but nothing feels isolated about this. Nothing at all feels isolated about this. Um, it's going to remain confusion around this case, but they're going to try to hurry up and close it to keep from answering any more questions. Said it's clear TMZ is on payroll. Said, oops, Harvey ain't been the same since Van Lathan left. Interesting. That's around the time I stopped watching. Said, no, ain't nothing isolated about this. That lady had um, a gateway driver. Wow. Said, there was word that there was a second person in the car. Is this going to fall bad with Harvey and the government since it's alleged that Ree was supposed to testify? Yes, it is. Ten of Wands. They put a target on their back. This is like the beginning of the end. This message that they put out and this footage that they called it work, just another day at work. This is going to really, be like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's like they've got several things that they have to answer for, but this one right here is going to really put them in a dark place business wise. Queen of coins, six of coins. Tarot class. I'll let y'all take that and do what y'all gonna do with that. But who is this earth sign who may possibly be giving somebody some money to keep the balance with what gets broadcast? Woo! No, wait a minute. What? Somebody throw somebody a possible under the table budget allegedly to bring the balance when it comes to what goes on the screen? Is that even possible? That y'all could be taking some money under the table to report certain stories, to skew certain narratives? Is it possible? Wouldn't that mean that you're helping to orchestrate a campaign of fraud against people? That would be terrible to find out that people can pay you to do smear campaigns allegedly. But this is what this looks like to me. Someone who is an earth sign has invested in making sure they get favorable coverage. Oh, baby. Child. Now, I wanted to slide something in here tonight, y'all. Um, Shout out to everybody that was in tarot class on Monday, which was pretty much everybody in membership. Um, on Monday, we did a tap in where we talked about the change of television and what's going to happen with, how things are crossing over, right? So I thought about let's go one step further and I'll do this in front of you all. What is going to happen to entertainment and the budgets that are spent in entertainment as we eradicate traffic? Will Hollywood be able to maintain while we destroy the infrastructure of traffic as we know it? And if it maintains, what is the new face of Hollywood going to look like if there's an underbelly being removed? Because we got to think, are these companies actually using legal tender, or is it the underbelly that is financing all the affluent things that we see? So let's see. Show me what Hollywood is going to look like as trafficking goes downhill. Show me Hollywood as trafficking goes down. As trafficking goes down, please and thank you. Okay, so we're talking about working here. Y'all, look at this. I'm asking what's going to happen if they remove trafficking. Work attached to a phallic symbol. So, work in Hollywood that has been attached to a phallic symbol, which has been the wish fulfillment that comes through harming people or injuring people, the wounded warriors. So it looks like that not only was the norm, but that's like something that people really like to do is to harm people. That's a kink allegedly. So we got so it feels like it's a betrayal because Ten of Swords represents a betrayal that you can't come from. The Chariot. The Chariot can also represent law enforcement due to the duality of the Sphinx. So it's like Hollywood feels betrayed by law enforcement. Why would you feel betrayed? Because of them having to lay things to rest. But at the bottom of the deck, the star, that means they're going to find a new way to do things, allegedly, because the star talks about healing, rectifying a situation. So it's like as fast as they tear it down, somebody's rebuilding it. It's going to go in a new direction for people to continue to manifest. So you got the death card here, and I want you to pay attention to the colors because if we're talking about the political parties, the RNC in red, the DNC in blue. The RNC right now is being known for trying to bring it to an end. There's lots of regrets here because these people do not want to let go of this energy. Okay, so it's a lot of heartbreak because this is how the majority of some of these people actually manifest. So we got to say allegedly, okay? Allegedly, this is how people manifest. But this looks like for some people in entertainment, this is their real job. So this would eliminate some of these people's earning potential because of what they actually have to do for money, not what we think they do for money, if that makes sense. Yeah. This is going to collapse Hollywood. Ten of Wands. It's going to be a burden too heavy to carry. Lots of conflict in communication. There's lots of arguing right now because they're trying to figure out how to move things forward. But it looks like the people who are in control of things, the people that we'll possibly never see, they're already finding new ways to do things to try to keep the pipeline going. They just got to go outside of, what they usually do. So it's not going to be a lot of money left for projects once, all of these things get exposed. But the good thing is, if you're an independent director, an independent film house, things of that nature. You can win now because it's not going to take that much money to get some productions out. It's going to open up the border for independent companies to make projects and to get work out because the larger distribution companies, um, I don't know if these companies are going to take a big hit or they're going to just become more conservative with what they put their money into due to all of the issues with the investigations going on. But it's going to open up a market just like Tubi did. Um, so with this being trying, the wish fulfillment is it's only going to it's gonna work to an extent, but it's not going to be able to stop everything, of course. But it's going to slow down and stop a lot. The world, we're going to see a lot more AI projects coming out, or you know, digital renderings to make up for manpower and hours with actors and actresses, because they got to find a way to close in the gaps for the money. Seven of Swords to the Ten of Swords. So it's about to be very cutthroat, because Seven of Swords and Ten of Swords is literally like the lowest, vilest things that you can do. Um, Very, very sneaky, backstabbing type energy, and attached to these offers. We're going to go off into a time to where documentaries are going to be key, and you're going to have victims coming out with their own documentaries. Old Hollywood people who when you look back at their career, like they should have been bigger. What happened to them? We're going to start to get those stories, and those people are going to come forward and tell those stories. And of course, some of it is going to be embellished, but likely not all of it. It's going to be enough truth with just enough, sprinkle of sugar to help the medicine go down. So we're going to see more documentaries come up. Documentaries are going to be king, and it takes a lot less money to make documentaries than it does to make actual movies. Um, they're going to be fighting to keep things from going to arrest, but we're going to see way more people being humiliated and embarrassed publicly. Big name people are going to it's almost like people they can't just retire anymore and leave the country, because you got several different countries that are doing the same thing. So it's not going to be where you can just up and just go to the UK, or you can go over here, or you can go over there. There's something happening to kind of like catch up to people. The tower, yes, what they don't expect. Uh, this is going to help smaller companies to take a leap of faith. So Hollywood, as we know it, is definitely going in a different direction, because it's over from this point on out as we know it. Doesn't mean that it's going to completely end, but Hollywood as an entity pretty much is dead. You're going to get a lot more people having salt of the earth moments, talking candidly. Um, this right here, you're going to have a lot of, forgiveness and apology tours, where people are going to, how do I say this? We're going to hear from people that we haven't seen in years, okay? People that we haven't seen in years coming forward, either trying to remake their names or trying to save their names. And this is where documentaries are going to be key, because a lot of people are about to get very, very embarrassed. And it could be things that they did years ago that they forgot about when they were young and they were turned. So it's going to be really, really heavy what's about to happen. Heartbreak. People don't know how to move on, or how to manifest, or where to go from here. And this is where, you're going to figure out who really has talent, who's really about that business, who's really going to be able to make it, because this is going to push a lot of people out. Knight of Cups, and it's going to make it very hard to get offers. pretty soon, because there's going to be so many new stipulations. It's it's going to be interesting. So if you got independent productions, you go ahead and get on Tubi or things of that nature, because it's going to be more people available to watch you, and we're going to see more independent um production houses that are going to produce smaller budget movies that you can watch, that are going to be way more accepted by the people than larger budgets. Expect your movie theaters to start closing soon. It's going to be more apps that are going to offer showing movies from your house like it did in quarantine. They're trying to keep the movie industry from completely buckling, like the whole theater experience, but the theater experience is coming to an end. So they're going to hold on as long as they can with the theater experience. But once that theater experience is done, y'all expect movies to be on apps where you just buy the movie on the app, and you save it into like a digital type platform. So I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but do expect to see more movie theaters start to close or change their hours, because outside of the warmer months, depending on the theaters, some of them aren't doing well. So it looks like allegedly at the more that they find with trafficking, the more that they crack down on trafficking, the less money is going to be in entertainment, but it's going to open doors for those people who have independent projects that are putting out more organic content. So if you are a smaller creator, your time is coming. Get ready to put your content out and to do your big one. So it's way earlier than I expected, y'all. Said a lot of theaters have already closed around me. Wow. AMC might be the last to go, since they offer a drinking experience. Um, I think we're gonna have them for a while longer, because you have like the luxury experience now. Like, I don't know where all of you are, but where I am, like, you have like Imagine Theater and places like that where you can order from your seat, and they have cocktail waitresses, they have a bar, they have a full food menu, like a really nice food menu. So those type of experiences are, really, really nice for dates, because it's not like being in a regular theater where it might be gum on your seat, and it smell like feet and old popcorn. Like, these are luxury bucket seats, and you have people who serve you, so it's a really nice vibe. So yes, the Striker Reel has the restaurant arcade. So those types of experiences, I think if they take the theater experience and they do more of what I believe Big Sean is doing, which is building a overall fun center where you got go-karts and all these different types of games, and then there's a movie theater. I think if they do more of that, then they'll last longer, because there's multiple things to do. But shit, I haven't. If it wasn't for Sinners, I hadn't been in the movies, and I can't tell you when. All they had to say to me was bed bugs. Like they got who? Mm-mm. I'm not bringing nothing home with me. My mama said we can't have no company. That was around the time I stopped going to the movies. Like y'all got what? It's things that be crawling and no, they bite too. I'm definitely not coming. Yeah, I think they should merge as well with fun centers. Like to me, that's more family friendly. It's chances of having better security, and it gives you a overall experience to where okay, well, I don't want to go in the movie, but I can go in the arcade, or I can go over here and drive the little cars, or give an overall experience. But just make sure that by like 8 o'clock you're with an adult. Like that should be the cutoff. Like 8 o'clock at night, you need to be with a parent or someone that's 18 years old, and make sure that that security is top notch, because you need to be able to know that people can be thrown out and the police are going to come. As long as you got those two things, or you got really really tight security where people are afraid of your security, it's going to be a problem, because anything that doesn't have I want to say a curfew after 8 o'clock, you're going to have all the wrong people. Said no facts, because who got the time for bed book? Listen, once they said they had bed bugs at the movies, I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm. We're not doing that part. We are not doing bed bugs. Bed bugs. No, and they rude because they bite you before they go home with you. They let you know it's gonna be a terrible relationship from the beginning. No, thank you. I'll pass. And ain't no telling, like that bed bug might be friendly. Ain't no telling how many people he bit before he bit me. I no, I can't do it. He said, "Hell, we got no time for roaches." Right. Not crawl on your popcorn. No. Who says no movie worth that torture? I don't think so. So I stopped going when someone took a pew pew in one. Yeah, that's a great reason. That's a great reason for sure. I got spoiled during quarantine, and I had HBO Max through my phone service. So all the movies that were supposed to be in the movie theaters, you could order them on HBO Max, and you could save them to your device. Y'all, you can't tell me nothing. Mortal Kombat came out. I saved them so many times just because it's like I can literally stream a movie from the movies off my phone to my TV. They need to do that. Like after the movie has been in the movies for so long, they need to give you that option through an app to just purchase the app price and watch it at home. Make all the money you can make. So HBO was fired during during COVID. It was. It really was. Like HBO was the bomb. But I want to say like what is that? I remember getting off of work in, was it 2021? I think it was 2021 going to 2022. And you couldn't tell me nothing. I would get home with my Stars app so I could watch BMF. Like that was the beginning of BMF because I wanted to see what was going on. Now it's like, what the hell y'all doing? And I was talking to my sister about P Valley. P Valley is supposed to come back, and like the first season of P Valley, I'm like, oh, okay, what's popping? And then it just kind of like went in a direction to where it kind of felt kind of off to me, but I still wanted to support the character development. So y'all, let's be nosy and see what the future of P Valley looks like. Um, because I believe the lawsuits are over with Nikki Gilbert, and they were found to not be plagiarizing her Star Kitty Cabaret. I think it was called Star Kitty's Review Cabaret or Star Kitty Cabaret. Child, I might not be saying that right, but I know Star Kitty is in the name somewhere. So let's see what's gonna happen with P Valley if it comes back. Will the fans come back for P Valley? Will it continue to be a success? Or has it been too long and it's kind of run its course? Because it's been a while since we've watched P Valley, and are people still, in the palette to watch it at this point? And yes, we're gonna do Clarissa's song, Lord Jesus. Child. Um, she just knew she did her big one with that. Like, what did Pap really made you sign a deal for a record label? That's a fight you can't win. You and the beat. Mm. All right though. I mean, we can't all do everything. Show me the energy around P Valley. Show me the energy around P Valley. Will it actually return, and will the fans return with it? So they've spent a lot of money on the show, and it's like she's following her intuition. She feels like the money is going to flood back in, the fans are going to come back. Um, Knight of Cups. So it's like they may be looking at offers right now. As far as I don't know if I don't think this is just about the network. So it could be between the network and the cast because people have other jobs now. They have other things that they're doing. They're expecting people to still be obsessed with the show, but at the same token, it's like the offers don't feel like they're the same for the show. Oh, you said Euphoria. Euphoria's got to get a deep dive because there's so many moving parts, child. Somebody asked me to do a Euphoria reading. If I have the time tomorrow, it could pop up tomorrow. If not, it could pop up on the weekend. But Euphoria got a lot of moving pieces. Six of Cups. So they're trying to make people know that this is not a thing of the past. So expect Katori Hall to start speaking up soon, um, or possibly to put out like a teaser or something to get people ready. Um, because it's like it's been so much time. The Six of Cups. It feels like it's a thing of the past. Like they fought through a lot of battles. It's like they might have lost the battle, but they won the war. And now it's like they're ready to do like a media press junket of some kind to get the public ready for the show to relaunch. But it feels like something is different with the offers. Um we should be hearing something very soon because it's like they're trying to figure out who all is going to work together, but it's heartbreak. What is the heartbreak at the bottom of the deck? Two of Cups. So Two of Cups and the Knight of Swords. There's a lot going on. Like everybody's lives have changed because it's been so much time. Like people have changes in their families, changes in work. It's kind of hard to bring everybody back in and wrangle them to do the show. It's not that they don't want to do the show, but people have had to, kind of do what they had to do and wait on bated breath for things to work out. So it's working everything out, working out the loose ends, the full and the moon. So they could just pop out and surprise us with something sometime soon. But it's try it almost feels like they gotta find a new home or it's new paperwork that has to be done because it's been so long. Like renegotiations. But you got the Queen of Cups here, which is like she still wants to, do this on her own or do it her way. And it's like she's following her intuition, but it's not working out the way that it was expected in some kind of way. I done lost the charm and didn't even know it. Oh well, still look good. Two of Wands and the Hangman. So y'all, it's like the show feels like it's stuck in stasis right now, and they're just waiting to get the word to move forward. Say yeah, that end scene being put in the trunk was wild. Said Taraji over there with him. Oh, y'all just started a whole conversation. So yeah, it looks like y'all they're facing complications with getting the show back on the air because it's been so long and they gotta renegotiate, but they should be letting us know something soon. Um Child, Clarissa's song. I feel like the song and the gumbo is the same effect on people. Um Child, the song. And then it's a song for him on your birthday. So what did you actually get? You made him a song and released it on your birthday. Y'all, is there like a swap meet for self-esteem? Because I think a few people need to stock up. Said that song was a criminal offense. Not the song was a criminal offense. Said they just throwing anything at us. Y'all are funny. Not the song is a criminal offense. Oh, Lord have mercy. The song is a damn criminal offense. Child. Well, let me tap into what y'all feel is a criminal offense. Child, show me the energy behind this song, y'all. And keep the laughter down. Ooh, baby. What is that? CTE and was dropped as a baby. Oh, damn. So we got lots of regrets here and being heavy in her head. So I'm asking for the energy behind the song. It looks like there's lots of regret and shame and being heavy in her thoughts. Is that because of Maserati Bud? Did you create this song because of Maserati Bud? Did you create this song because of Maserati Bud? We got the devil card here. So regret about turning up and being toxic. And she's saying that there's conflict in communication. So her energy is saying that we're not getting the story right. This conflict in communication, and she regrets being out here being toxic. So this is her sorry for 2004, and she not gonna do it no more. So it looks like this song was done very, very, very abruptly, very swiftly, and then it was pushed out to the public so that we could talk about it. That sounds about right. Remember, all things said are for entertainment purposes and are allegedly, she might have done this song in 5 minutes. Allegedly. Anything more than 5 minutes took too long. Because I would hate to think that they invested a lot of time into doing this. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Child, no ma'am. Queen of Swords is a wordsmith. It we can't be good at everything. Sometimes we have to accept that there are some things we just cannot do, and that's all right. The Chariot and the Seven of Swords. Child, she's trying to get the word across and be strategic because she feel like, she can't be trusted right now, allegedly. And no, you didn't think this was going to lead to a 10 of Pentacles. Now, I won't take blasphemy. There is no way you thought this was going to make a lot of money. Maybe you felt like people were going to click on it and it was going to, you know, I don't know. It was going to trend for a day or so. You ain't think this was going to make a lot of money. You couldn't have. This is not bad in a good way. This is not the bad that you click on it and it's a guilty pleasure and you just laugh and watch it five more times. This is the bad where it's really bad the first time and you don't know what you just watched, allegedly. This ain't that. This ain't no 10 of Pentacles. The moon. So, child, from here on out, she's going to try to work on keeping things secret while she works on her blessings. That might be too late, but okay. Oh, girl, she saying she put in work. She said she put in work. And she could be in her feelings and not saying nothing because of how we responded. But she said she put in work. That no mm. Papoose. Now you got your woman out here looking any type of way. Cause the street said, I know you lying to a source if you don't cut it out. But she was stubborn. She wanted to do it anyway. You, Lord, we can't even be sure what's a humiliation ritual anymore. Humiliation rituals used to really humiliate you and make you look terrible and childish. It's like they're not humiliation rituals if you signing up for them. Yeah, so once she got exposed, it was like she felt ostracized, she felt alone, and she had regret, child. And it's like she's obsessed with just showing him that she can be any and everything that he needs. Like, okay, score one for you, score one for me. We both even, we still together. You better be careful with this one because she got hands. And it's a couple where both of y'all got hands. So, Lord, have mercy. Her hands should have been fighting this damn track because, woo, the way his music whooped you. So, Justice, she's trying to bring balance to, feeling like she's out in the cold. And she's obsessed with bringing balance to her and Pap's relationship. Girl, not you fighting for that lady's husband. Your man is my man, and my man is your man too. On the weekend. Child, not fighting for that lady's husband. Yes, not knowing where to go with that lady's husband, child. He's ours. We both had him once and trying to figure out who got him all the time. Y'all, she prepared to drag this for everything it's worth. Lord have mercy. Like, I don't know what else to do to prove my love to you. So I'm going to prove my love to the beat. No, you do not. Don't do that ever again. It is okay for you to knock a bitch out and show him that that's how you love because you good at hitting things. Don't do the music stuff no more. It's not musicking the world. The Six of Wands. So it's like that's what she's seeing in the comments section because the world is like, bring this to a close and move on swiftly and professionally. So I don't think it got the effect that she thought it was going to get. Y'all, okay, it me maybe this much, but y'all chewing her up in the comments. Yeah, King of Pentacles. And this is what this is. He allegedly, she wants him to be her husband, and this is also her way of doing business with him and showing him that they locked in. Allegedly. Child. This almost look like begging. I ain't gonna say nothing. It's something going on with a large amount of money between the both of them in secret. Ain't he a water sign, King of Cups? Ain't anybody know Pat birthday? Is he a water sign? I believe he is. Said I get a song a negative 25 out of 10. Okay, so he's a Pisces. There he goes. Look what he there for. Look what he there for. Ten of Pentacles. Now we gonna say allegedly, child, but it looked like he eating good. He getting over like a fat rat. And that's it. That's the secret. So don't y'all go nowhere and say nothing, okay? Don't go nowhere and tell nobody nothing. Yes, and please spill your adult words wrong so they don't get flagged. Cause YouTube flag you, I can't help it. King of Swords. I'm sorry, y'all. So Eight of Pentacles, okay? Eight of Pentacles represents work. So she said that she put in heavy work on this song. But before I could even ask out loud, why did she feel like she had to put in work to put this song out? King of Sword. Allegedly, he's telling the truth. So allegedly, Maserati Bud is telling the truth. Allegedly. And this is why she went into the booth and went to work. They'll say that this was a song that she was already working on. I'm going to say this is something that she worked on for about 10-15 minutes max, and that's post production. She's got a lot of anxiety and she's worried about how his family feels since this information comes out. So, y'all, it looked like she's trying to prove to her man that every night she's going to fight for his love. Um, because she don't want to get cut off. Come on now. I don't want to lose your love. I don't want to lose your love. She don't want to be cut off. She got heavy anxiety about being cut from the roster. Mm. Child, you worried about being fired by somebody else's man. I ain't never been worried about being fired from somebody else's man. I ain't never been worried about being fired from my man. When I got one, I can't see myself being worried about fired from somebody else's man. Said how you let Lil Bank take Big Bank, baby. Listen, we'll probably find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But as for right now, I don't have a concerted effort. I can only tell you what the cards are saying to me allegedly. And allegedly, she is trying to apologize for dear life because she don't want to lose his love, child. So don't say good night. What you say? Don't say goodbye, say good night. I think that's what Blackstreet and them said, allegedly. Five of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Child. Clarissa, baby, I don't know if you don't have no friends. I don't know if you need an auntie, but I just got that your man is your man because, he in it for the bag, allegedly. And here's Five of Pentacles, which is a lack of pentacles, meaning you ain't got nan. Okay, you broke. And this is the card of financial stability or the wife. So your money could possibly allegedly be getting funneled back into the household with his wife and you taking care of two households. Now, I don't know, how Pap do what he do. I ain't gonna tap in and see. He's a Pisces, so he probably allegedly sucked your damn ovaries down through a straw because that's the only thing I could think of that could scramble your brains like this and keep you from seeing the bigger picture. Because I'm not understanding why you're fighting so hard to be the husband in this relationship. Um, you probably should have hired him as your trainer because Pap does have hands, and I think he would be an asset to your training team. As for you dating him, mm, I don't know because this is really looking like it's a tag team effort, and his wife is sitting pretty as long as he's sitting over there with you, allegedly. So if you got to pay to be the side chick, I don't like these new rules. Okay. I'm not a side chick, but to know if I decided to become one, I gotta pay into some kind of membership program to be a part of somebody else's pyramid scheme. I don't want to sign up for that. And I don't know who's passing out the leaflet or the booklet on the new rules of side chickdom, but I need somebody with some old school matches to make a bonfire and get rid of every single pamphlet they've ever made because I don't know where y'all getting this from. That y'all got to, you know, make these men feel like a natural woman. I don't get it. I don't get it. Because I mean, at this point, the best thing you could be is a future baby daddy the way these chicks is doing. I'ma have a baby, y'all stay at home, play the PlayStation, come pick me up from work. Like I thought that stopped after you got to a certain tax bracket, but I guess it does not. I guess Clarissa say, shoot, have a baby with me, baby, and be a millionaire. Cause child, what the hell is going on? Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Like, yeah, that really just mm-mm. It's so misguided. And it's something that you expect from somebody that's like in their early 20s that hasn't dated, that hasn't figured out who they want to be in their lives. I don't know what's happening with this auntie sector that is having 21 to 25-year-old problems. This is not a problem to have as a multimillionaire in your 30s. Said Big Mama No Sense. Said, yes, Angel, how does Pap feel about her song? Oh, why would you do that to me? I thought I was done. Let me change the deck. Let's see if this, matter of fact, he in the video, so he doing his job. No matter how he feel about it. He in there looking all stoic, endorsing this foolishness. I feel like we need to get him and put him in the headlock in the middle of the street. Because you going to stop endorsing this foolishness. That was supposed to be between you and her, like one of those spicy texts that you send your man before you come home from work. You going to stop putting her out here for daily consumption this way. How does he feel about this song, y'all? Tell the truth. How you feel about this song? Y'all look at the lovers. I want y'all to pay attention to the picture. Look at the man's face. Why does man look like he afraid? Why does this man look like he can't say what he want to say? He just got to be yes, baby. I what? Yes, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it so much I put three more EDs on it. You believe me? Please don't leave me. Or at least leave your checkbook until you get back, allegedly. So he knows, right now he got her where he want her. See, he can't afford to be broken up with, allegedly, but he's spin the narrative. He's mirrored it to her that he's the best man she's ever had. And no, 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 no. There's no living without you. Okay? So somehow, some way, he has mirrored this experience and flipped it on her, but it looks like he can't afford for her to leave, allegedly. That's a hell of a damn swap out. Lord, he confused the shit out of her. Seven of Cups had her apologizing, told her he won't stand for this, he gonna leave, he not about to be in no more toxic relationships. Before she knew it, she was making a song and apologizing and forgot that he ever done anything, allegedly. So he's a champion gaslighter. He had her begging for one more chance, allegedly. Okay, the temperance. Baby, she was singing Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever. That's my joint too. That's all come on. It just make it last. So yeah, he had her singing Make It Last Forever with all the extra babies. Keith Sweat he loved to put the babies in the song. We gonna be together forever. We gonna get married. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Don't you ever, ever, ever embarrass me again. But I still gotta go over here and see Remy. Can I get, one of the cards when I go over there? I ain't gonna be there too long. Child, she was really, really worried and lost sleep, thinking that she had ruined the foundation of this other person's relationship. She was so worried to lose this other woman's husband, she ain't know what to do with herself. Yes, Lord have mercy. Now she felt like she had been kicked out the palace. She felt like Mama did put her out the palace. Look at her. Now, mind you, she the one that owned the palace, but she thought she was kicked out the palace. She was like, we got to heal this and rectify this situation. That now, Lord, I'm asking about how he felt about the song. Papoose is being real messy, allegedly giving us this extra tea because he wasn't concerned about the damn song. He was concerned about getting dumped his damn self and going back to his original situation, allegedly. So he hurried up and gaslighted her for the gods and made her feel like she was the one that was wrong, and then she apologized and everything was right again, and now he about to possibly be taken out shopping on an apology tour, but she still didn't really get a real apology from Christmas, allegedly. Yes, yes. King of Pentacles. He what? How you want me to be your husband but you destroying our foundation? Lord have mercy. So it looks like the cat's out the bag about the Ace of Wands. So it looks like he could possibly believe that this is a real thing, that she actually did do what she did, and it just feel like he just knew he had to get the upper hand in the equation, allegedly, and turn it all on her, because if he didn't, his money was gonna be thinner than his edges. Mm-hmm. So he decided to be strategic because he got to figure out a way to keep this whole hustle going, allegedly. So his intuition telling him, I got to be, more, into telling her that I want to marry her. Like we gonna really be together. But it feels like, he is running from the poverty Olympics, allegedly. See. Okay, I'm not reading that one. Said it's hard out here for a pap man. Wait a minute. I'm gonna pull a couple of oracles and then we can put all these cards away. But how he feel about the song? Apparently he don't give a damn about the song. He's trying to, keep his husband the Hollywood status going. Shay, how you feel about this song? How you feel about this song? Yes. Barred entry, members only. He like, I don't give a damn about that song. I'm not trying to be blocked out of the in crowd right now. Breaking the mirage. Yes, that's a mirror. See, he turned that mirror on her. Was like, no. How dare you not respect our love? Refuge of flower and soul. Cultivate your spirit. Yes, I'm already over here in the house. I'm not leaving. The Tempest. Yeah, he like shit. I'm a blow bubbles up your ass. Whatever I got to do to stay over here where it's comfortable. Game over. Clarissa, you just lost this one. Soon as everything came to light, game over. You just lost this one. And see, now you dealing with somebody that's gonna cut up. Uh, defendant innocent. So she's still trying to prove that she ain't done nothing. It say she in a sea of despair in her feelings, y'all. It, whew, child. Weigh your emotions carefully. Find the equilibrium within. So everybody in their damn feelings over here. Dreamweaver. Okay, Dreamweaver means I don't know if y'all ever heard the song. I think it's by New Birth. Hey, that Mr. Dreamweaver, weave another dream for me. It's a song about a man who lost his woman and he's asking the dream weaver to bring his woman back in his dream so he can see her again. So y'all, it feels like these two was at the brink of breaking up, or it feels like they're literally at the brink of breaking up over the information that came out. Women, let this be a lesson to you. Men cannot handle the stuff that you will allow them to get away with. So you be sitting up there talking about some, oh, I accept your apology, I accept your apology, I accept your apology. 13 apologies later, you do what he did one time and you're fired because he can't stand to look at you and see for the rest of his life that one time that you just happen to be out here in the abyss, even though he live outside and he's permanently a traffic cone. Yeah, there's no peace without war. Y'all, this feel orchestrated. This feels so orchestrated in some type of way. I hate to say it, but the Clarissa girl, I feel like you got set up. As you sow, you shall reap. As you sow, you shall reap. Child, I'm telling you, feel like you got set up. Charming chat, inspiring news. This is all the messages between her and that guy, allegedly. Ascend to the highest vibration, human life. Harmonize your energy. Hombre, you're a true beginning. So, anger and attempt to mask insecurity. Y'all, so it's like she's trying to find a whole new way to approach the situation to where she can keep her man, well, that lady man. Said not a traffic call. Listen, baby, it is what it is. That listen, we're talking about a man who gonna, take that in and he's gonna look at I'm leaving a dysfunctional marriage, a dysfunctional relationship, and you're supposed to be my escape. This is no longer Disney World for adults anymore. I can't fantasize that this ain't what it is. So twin flame pure love, Lord, she think this her twin flame, y'all. She think this her twin flame, child. Oh, she think this her twin flame. Kindle a spark. The world. This the spark is over as far as Pap is concerned. Something in his spirit has pretty much gone dark. So he may stay in this situation for beneficial purposes, but the way he look at her and the way he treats her from now on out is gonna be different. So she can keep him if she want to, child. But his attitude is gonna be kind of shitty. And while she trying to prove herself, he's already made up his mind that you done hurt his damn 2.5 feelings. So everything from here out is going to be beneficial for him. If she's willing to let him come out on top, then who are we to say anything? Because he definitely on top from here on out if he play his cards right. So I don't know what to tell her, but if you gonna marry him and he finally gonna get a divorce from, the lady he's actually married to, Child, you might want to tread lightly and get the best damn prenup that money can buy, because you've already stepped on his toes. So now that you're coming into this relationship trying to get married and you stepped on his toes, it's all a benefit for him from here on out. Everything that he does from here on out is a benefit for him. If she willing to do that, then hey, it is what it is. Said the water signs love to play with people's emotions. Is there evil villain power? Not the evil villain powers. Okay, that one is a little crazy, but all righty. So yeah, she need to just keep it cute and keep it a love triangle, because if it goes direct and they are together and it's just the both of them, baby, he gonna take her through there because he's never gonna forget this. Like, women, and I mean this from a real place. When a man heart becomes broken, when a man becomes embarrassed, men do not emotionally process things the way that you do. Something breaks in a man, it breaks in a man different. A self-esteem, literally a self-esteem draining situation will change a relationship with a man, because men need to have their pride and their ego boosted. You break a man's pride and his ego publicly, you can wrap it up, even if it's unintentional. You will see the light go out that man's eyes in that moment, and in that moment, something switches and he's not the same. You don't believe me? Look at Tina and Mr. Lawson. When they did that interview and she said he wasn't a perfect man, you could look at that man in that moment and see his spirit deflate. And from that point on out, when they start going out, when they were doing their lives and their, Instagrams, whatever they were doing, he looked like he was over it. He talked to her like he didn't really want to be there. So this is not the best situation for Clarissa, because you're already on the outside trying to get in, trying to prove your love, and now he has the upper hand because he's hurt and he's about to take you back, forth and forth. Said men don't like the word no coming from a man that deals with many men. Listen, no, they don't. You could change a man's whole entire life with a no. That rejection, it will hit different, and it hits different privately versus publicly. A public rejection or a public humiliation for a man could really, 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 really take him to a negative place. Said, did you ever read them too? I read them a while ago. I read them, I want to say the end of last year, sometime last year. Said the fact that the sentence forming is that he got mad because his mistress cheated is crazy. Baby, I say it made sense. You got to think about how many men got families on the other side of town. And listen, he can go and be over there with his wife, but you his woman and you can't do nothing that you want to do because you are his property. And as his property, when he set your ass on that shelf, you're supposed to stay there until he comes back to get you, because that's what a loyal doormat side chick is supposed to do. Yes, you are his escape from the scariness called responsibility. So, just like the broken toys that play with Andy in Toy Story, when you are put in that bin, your whole life is in that bin until he comes back to play with you. And nobody else is allowed to play with you because you're his broken toy. Mm-hmm. You said if I was Remy laughing and taking myself shopping. Who's to say she's not? Because it looks like Pap could possibly be funneling that money back into the household. And that's why him and Remy got an understanding. And she allegedly canceled their divorce decrees that she may have asked for. So it's kind of funny to me that she withdraws her divorce. They go first shopping, and now Clarissa then got caught out there and she making horrible love songs that are absolutely worse than my man, my man, my man, my man, my baby. I'm confused. I can't see myself trying to prove myself to somebody else's husband who just went fur shopping with their wife. You just currently went fur shopping with your wife. What the hell would I be apologizing for? You got a husband, I should be able to have a man. Like, I mean, to me, it's too many bodies on everybody involved, because you got to know who got what, and then the spiritual energy in between that with playing with those covenants. But how do you fight to prove your love to somebody else's husband who you can't make any decisions over if something happens to him? You can't do nothing. You can't make any decisions in the hospital. You can't make any final decisions. I mean, you can go bail him out of jail if he goes to jail, but I mean, outside of that, what can you do? I said Angel's never going to let the Mustang Sally lie. Leah, that song down. No, I'm not. Because how dare you ruin such a classic like Kissing You? Kissing You just put you in a good mood. Said, right, the pH balance all off. He said, all off whack. I hope they use a protection. Um, Even with using protection, the spiritual protection you need from all of that energy that's being swapped between all those people. Like, you can give away your creative juices and financial earning potential through those type of exchanges. I ain't gonna go too far off into it because we not in membership, but I can't understand, child. I mean, if you gonna buy your man, buy your man. That's your business. It's 2026. If you want to buy you a man, order them on Amazon. Whatever you do, that's on you. But I would want to order a man that could take his hat off and his hairline. It don't look like it's been gnawed on. I can't see myself buying somebody else's husband and it looked like piranha's been all right here across the front of the hairline, and I'm paying for that. Like, you bought the other one new teeth, why you ain't buy this one a new steady hairline that he can get without getting it sprayed on and with that enhancement pencil that looks terrible because it just looks so unnatural. Um, it's just money can be put towards bigger and better things. Um, it's some other attractive men out there who are fine and broke that I knew would be, they would even be faithful like the first year. Yeah. I know somebody out there fine and broke and just hoping they can get chose. Your money can buy you a lot more than that. I mean, if you gotta be humiliated, at least people need to look at your investment and be like, oh, but he is fine though. Because why put this much into a shallow situation? Because this is shallow. You could be carrying your nice looking guys like your arm bags. Like, I got my Hermes and my Jeremy. And then I'm gonna trade my Jeremy in for my Texas big back. And then I'm gonna trade him in for my New York Nick. Like you could be swapping them out like handbags. Like you supposed to be having your way. I don't know what way this is. How did you end up under contract to create that awful sound that you call music, but you the one with all the money? I ain't even mad at Papoose. I mean, he a New Yorker, and when they see suckers, they lick them. This what this feel like. Now she need an adjustment on her arm, Candy. So honestly, she's rich, young, and cute when she puts herself together, shaking my head with a waist. I just I'm telling you, it's some really attractive men out there that are beautiful and broke. And I'm pretty sure they need saving. Wealthy people call them pool boys or personal trainers. Because that's usually the guy job when you don't know what he really does. He pretty. He's a personal trainer. So you could have went and got you a personal trainer. You could have went and got you an aspiring model. You could have went and got you another boxer. Football players always available. You can trade those in every other week. They always available. A soccer player or a baseball player would have really been key. I'm lost. Yes, personal trainer or model. Yes, an aspiring artist. I'm telling you, it's always a hungry, damn starving artist somewhere. Ooh. So the school suspension is when I got all my work done. Not you got your work done in school suspension. So hell, even the day traders be fine. Come on now, come on now. Like we got to help her out. We got to give her some ideas. Like, girl, it's some things that can be done. Get you some of these dudes that's out here flipping houses or something. At least if they flipping houses, they can repair all types of stuff. You said, what did you miss? We trying to give Clarissa Shields dating tips. Like you got too much money to be dating this way, fighting over that lady's husband. You trying to prove your love to that lady's husband. It's construction workers out here. It's aspiring somebody's out here that's fine and doing absolutely nothing with their life right now, just waiting to be handsome for no reason. It's other athletes. It's I don't know, board investment bankers. Like it's so many different choices outside of that lady's husband. But child, I mean, to make that song is so terrorizing. What did we do to deserve that? I don't remember signing up for hearing seals yell, and then y'all thought y'all could put auto tunes on it and clean it up, and the auto tunes couldn't even fix it. Like, are you the Jocelyn Hernandez of boxing? Because Jocelyn really did have a couple songs when she was doing the reggaeton where it was like, oh, that's going, that's going, that's going. But nobody could actually produce the right damn music for Jocelyn. So it feels like Clarissa Shields is the Jocelyn Hernandez of boxing. You said you need to hear it. The Bellar song. I think that was Bellar. That actually was a decent song. Like she's not bad with reggaeton, but it's like you have to keep Jocelyn closer to the Spanish element for the music to do what it needs to do. The more English, the more the songs start getting, kind of confusing. So, limit the English and give her more Spanglish. It works. It works. Don't put too much English in there because that pronunciation gets in the way and it turns into a whole fight. No, I'm not getting no more. I'm delivered. What, what do I put in my Clarissa application? Austin, stop it. Not I'm not gay no more. What do I put in my Clarissa application? I'm done. Child. And at least you won't be going back to your wife house for Christmas buying fur coats. oh, oh, Lord have mercy. I mean, I'm looking at all the athletes in my head that have created music throughout the years. And like Deion Sanders must be the money. Shaq gave us a couple. Word Life from wrestling, John Cena, he had a couple that was actually hot, but nobody tried to actually give us something that was hot lava garbage and dress it up as music before. Like none of them gave us something that sound like this. I want to know who listened to the final cut and said, yes, that's it. I blame them. I blame the engineer. Whoever listened to that and tried to clean it up and said it was still a thing, you need to report to the principal's office because that was mean spirited of you. None of us did anything to you. You didn't have to support this non-dream and then do this to us. So even Roy Jones Jr. tried to make a song. Yes. But see, back when they were making songs, music was still making money. Music was still doing its thing. Like Shaq, I Can't Stop the Rain with like him and Biggie. That's still a classic. Now, do I look to Shaq for hip hop? No. But was that a hit? Was that a classic? Yes. Like you could put that on right now and it still sounds good. Said they were all in there scared to tell her it was garbage juice. I mean, they probably was afraid she was gonna hit their ass. She was gonna go baby D. Said everybody in the studio need to be called to the principal's office. Lord, y'all, look. I thought it was my headphones when I first heard it, right? I said, well, maybe my headphones are dying. So I put it on the TV and was like, okay, I'm gonna apologize to my headphones. This is how this really sounds. Oh, child. Pap, just tell her that you accept her apology and then take this down. Cause I know Layla Ali got to be cackling somewhere. That's who I want to know how they feel about the song. What does Layla Ali think about this song? Cause I know Layla heard this song and rolled around on the couch. Like, child, I know you lied. So said, why did you do your TV like that? Listen, I thought it was the headphones. I really thought it was the headphones. I said, the headphones got to be dying. It's not the song like this, it's the headphones. Oh, I put it on the TV and was like, oh, oh, so that's what that sound like in surround sound. Child, my headphones was trying to spare me. Oh my God. Ooh, y'all, I'm gonna make this my last one of the night. Let's see how Layla Ali feels about this damn love song. I mean, if all else fails, go get you some damn Jamie Foxx, because Jamie Foxx gonna make it a hit regardless. We'll just remember Jamie Foxx on the chorus, because you on the chorus, child. Show me Layla Ali. How does Layla Ali feel about this? You got the lovers and justice. The lovers and justice is literally like at this point y'all deserve each other. That's what you get. Justice for the TV. Okay, Lord, look at you in the booth to save your relationship. The Three of Pentacles. Why you give her that thumbs up with your lying ass? Blame the engineer. The hell you get that thumbs up for? The independent woman. So it feels like this is something that she decided to do on her own, child. She was heavily invested again to move forward. Layla, how you feel about this song? Because she keep coming out talking about how she was proud and she put her best foot forward with this song. Layla said, child. You don't you you took on a task that you could not handle. This is above your pay grade, the 10 of Wands. She's saying this is not a successful effort. The song whooped your ass. So it looks like, she's received plenty of messages about this. Look like she worried for Pap, like Lord have mercy. I don't think he could see that she crazy, allegedly, because I'm not a spokesperson for Layla Ali. So I can't speak for the champ. No, I can't. Neither one of them. But Queen of Swords, baby, she ain't gonna say nothing publicly, but she said something behind the scenes about this. Like she cut into this, laughed about it, and was like, I know you lying. Lord, she thinks she struggled through this, even though it feel like Clarissa thought this was a strong attempt. Six of Wands. She feel like she should have cut this one off and moved on. Like, child, this is not your ministry. So you got the tower and you've got the Knight of Swords here. So it was like as soon as she heard it, she felt like it was a catastrophe. Allegedly. Allegedly, allegedly. All things said on this show are said for entertainment purposes and are alleged allegedly. So it looked like she feel like it's a dumpster fire, y'all. But it don't look like she's gonna say anything publicly unless she feels provoked. Child, child, not you lost your biggest official fight with this song. Y'all have mercy. I'm glad that I didn't do that as a upload reading because I probably wouldn't have made it through the upload reading without laughing through the reading because I'm shocked, y'all, that she really thought that she did a good job. She really believes that she did a good job. I don't think she heard what we heard. And I'm considering how much they had to clean up on the song in the post production, not just the auto tunes. Imagine what it sounded like before they zhuzhed it up. Oh, child. Who says she full of herself? You see what the fuck is her ears set to? Child, it ain't what mine was set to, because I promise you. I said, this my earbuds must be dying. I'm gonna just listen to it on TV. Was like, oh, oh, so that's what you was doing for real. I thought I had you misconstrued. Oh Lord. You mean that's what you really, really meant to do, child? Whoo. All that damn caterwauling for that lady's husband. Said Pep in there recording like Chris Jenner, you doing great, sweetie. No, 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 allegedly. So I'm glad I saved my ears for listening. I'm glad you did too. Cause child, when she got to the auto tunes, and she was standing there like that old school 80s, 90s montage with the big hair, like she was Mary in 93 with the dull lights and the blue coming down on you like you on the living color about to perform, and then gave that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. What we not gonna do is give this melodramatic new edition entrance to this song, do a whole skit, and give us this playback, and then the song comes on and does that. If that's the case, I'm going to go back and rewatch Zach Campbell spinning out the coat with the tra la 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 la. He spent out the coat and performed to all of 7.5 people. And I cannot confirm it was 7.5 people because they are still trying to find the people to count the crowd. They have to separate the employees from the people who were actually there. So, child, oh my God. I can't believe that they allowed her to sign a contract for music. Um, you didn't need to sign a contract for music. You got money. You can drop music whenever you like and run away. We need to call Pap to the principal's office. Because you the one that told her she can do anything when she grow up. That was you. This is proof you cannot do anything you want to do. No, you can't. We all have lanes for a reason. We all have lanes for a reason. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead on and get up out of here for the evening. And since I finally know what day it is, yes, it's Wednesday. I will see membership tomorrow night. Um, I want to say around 7:30, 8 o'clock. But I will see membership tomorrow night, and then 8 p.m. on Friday. I will be back for Allegedly Friday. And as soon as I get a chance this week, y'all, I'm gonna go check my P.O. box to see what's there. And I thank all of you who have sent things to my P.O. box. I love y'all. I'm going to, unbox things on the show so y'all could see my gifts and I could tell everybody thank you for sending me a gift. So, child. Oh, Exotic Tea Blog. I think that's the name of the blog. He did a story today claiming that he got someone on the inside who may have allegedly confirmed that somebody could be getting dropped from Pebble Nation. Did y'all see that? Where did y'all hear that before? I think it was that first panel that we ever had on this show where we said, watch for when the lawyers change and when things shifted and start to work in Tori's favor, they were going to walk away from her. She was going to be the last one to know, and it was going to be Dropiana land. So if that is possibly true, whoever his connect is, then we're right on schedule and things are going to be happening very fast between now and spring. If it does happen, I wouldn't be surprised because how much are you really making to pay them? And how much are these legal bills starting to be? You got a lot of cases. So that would explain the separation of the lawyers and figuring some stuff out. But membership, I will see you tomorrow night. I love y'all. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Even the trolls, child, y'all are back here every week. So to all of the trolls, bless your little ignorant ass hearts. I will see you again on Friday, along with the rest of my family here, my internet cousins, and to everybody in the playback. I love you too. Be safe. Many blessings to you. Child, get as much rest as you can going through this retrograde. Take it easy on yourself because a lot of things just happened in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Child, let's see. Oh, y'all are so sweet to each other in the comments. See you on Friday. General public, everybody that's in membership. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye bye, y'all.